I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm trying to break the game, basically. Just like that. Oh god, he's still alive! Through the portal! Oh my god. Circle pit! I may not be talking right now, but I'm smiling. Let's have some fun with it. Let's laugh. Let's laugh at ourselves. I'm doing a bit here. If you could just roll with it, that'd be great. Okay, everyone. Getting a little bit of a later start tonight, but I had to finish up a little project. Just editing my last Far Cry video from Friday night. There's only a couple more shopping days before Christmas. Have you been good? I'm telling you, a lot of people on this channel who watch this channel, the wheelies, have been really good. Because last stream on Friday night, we hit our goal. I set a goal of $450 if we could get there in less than 2 weeks. Christmas Eve, I will be dressing as Santa Claus and I'll be on stream. I'm sorry. Santa Claus will be making an appearance and will be streaming on the channel. Chef, what is this? A lot of people on this channel that watch this channel. There's quite a few people on this channel that watch this channel. You're right. A little bit of double talk, maybe? How you doing, Chef? As you can see right here, we hit the goal, both with the Twitch payout that I received, as well as direct donations and subs. So gifted subs, etc. All of that is in the bottom goal right there. But we're not done. Up until the day before Christmas Eve, whatever we've raised from December 9th until December 23rd, end of day 23rd, I will donate that amount to Canine Companions before Christmas Eve so they can have the money in time for Christmas Eve. And we are now going to be over $10,000 in hard, straight cash donated to them this year. They've received more than that because of our channel, but some of that was matching donations. This is just straight up cash. We will have given over $10,000 this year in straight cash. Mind-blowing that this little channel, with all of you, that we've been able to do this, and I can't thank you enough, so I just want to keep putting some content out here and continuing to stream every couple of nights to make sure that y'all know how much I appreciate you. Chef, Santa's coming to town. Santa is coming to town. He'll be here. I don't know what you got going on Christmas Eve. But if you're busy, family or whatever, that's fine. Be sure to watch the VOD. I think it's going to be something special. Santa wanted to play some Fall Guys.
Thank you for being a friend.
Have a year, my dude.
Have a year, half a year, my dude. Well, have a year anyway. Thank you for the resub. It's 6 months now. Appreciate that, Jug. Yeah, so we hit the goal that I set and want to celebrate that with my Santa Claus costume that I purchased already. It was just here waiting. I had faith in y'all, and you came through with plenty of time to spare. But that doesn't mean that what you just gave, that gift, that resub, whatever that ends up being, the morning of Christmas Eve, I'm making the donation, so they'll have the money in time for Christmas. So we're doing something different tonight. This is a game called Before Your Eyes, and it is a story-driven type game with a tiny bit of gameplay. But it tells a story, and the story progresses based on if you blink your eyes or not. So it uses your webcam, and it recognizes when you blink, and it moves the story along that way. Whether you mean to or not, you might enjoy the section you're in. But it's the way life moves through right before your eyes is the whole point of it. I've had this. I purchased this months ago, and it's been sitting here waiting for me to play it. And I realize the year's almost over. If I'm going to play this by end of year, and if I'm going to consider it as a potential game of the year for me, I need to play it because I'm working on my list, and my list is almost done. But there's room to move some things around. So, oh, Juggernaut, is this one that you want to play, or do you own it? Because if you're, or you're going to stream as well? Yeah, because this game is short. Howlongtobeat.com has it at an hour and a half. So it's a very short game. Maybe it's longer if I can sit here and just do the old Alex from Clockwork Orange. But we'll see about that. All right, without further ado, we're going to boot it up. And by the way, I did what I always do. So I'm a bit of an idiot. I didn't boot the game up early. So I'm booting it up for the first time now. We'll see how it goes. Chef, I figured you were going to go play some Val with Limp and Heavy. But if you're here with me, that's great too. Skybound Games. All right, so I've made myself bigger on screen so y'all can see a little bit better when I'm blinking. That was the intent here. Enable on-screen webcam feed. Use eye detection. Oh, you booted up Halo Infinite? Okay, cool. Okay, so since we have a variable refresh rate monitor, we're going to turn VSync off. We'll put the graphics on high. Just, I don't think it's asking a lot of my system. All right, Chef. Cool. I might get on with him after this. We'll see. We'll leave the resolution at 1440. Subtitles. Some gameplay features will be altered when using subtitles. Would you like to enable limited subtitles? We'll keep it limited. So enable on-screen webcam feed. I think that puts a little camera of myself in the bottom. I don't need that since I'm streaming and you can see me right here. That's fine. I should go get some eye drops. Elite hacks. And this is going to be one where I can't adjust the volume, which kind of sucks. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go into my OBS. I'm going to turn this down a bit more so it's not too loud for y'all. All right, eye detection is turned on. If you're not familiar with this game, it moves the story along based on how often you blink your eyes. It uses your webcam to recognize when you blink, and then it moves the story along. I've watched a tiny bit of gameplay of this, so I'm not quite sure what I'm in for. I purposely didn't want to watch a lot of it because I bought the game based on the concept, and I've had it installed for months, so it's finally time to try it. This game uses eye detection as its primary mode of interaction. Select your webcam. I have. When your camera enabled, the game will capture and track numerical data on your eye blinks to improve your experience. It's not shared, blah, blah, blah. You can have a camera, you can play the eye detection. Okay. Am I wearing glasses? Yes. Adjusting sensitivity. Sure, your face is evenly lit and your eyes are visible. Position your head. What? Oh no. Is it not going to recognize me? Why is it every time I hype up a new game, some shit like this happens? Why? OBS virtual camera is not going to work. And you can't go back. You just have to go to the main menu every time. If this isn't recognizing my eyes, then that's going to defeat the purpose. I wonder if it's the chroma key that's throwing it off. But it's not chroma key in the app, it's chroma key in OBS. Which it shouldn't be doing anything with it. Filters. Turn the chroma key off. Doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything at all. Oh, that's right. Okay. Good night. I guess if I'm going to play this, I have to play it without eye detection because the camera's not working. It's clearly working right now. I'm on OBS. Well, that's disappointing. So I guess I'm going to have to play this without the eye detection because my camera's a piece of shit. I wonder... Give me a second. I'm going to go and grab a webcam from my computer back in the bedroom, or in my office. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. I don't know if this webcam will be, if it'll come up in the feed. Oh, there it is. All right. Let me readjust this a little bit. So y'all can see, there's my chair. Which I have a green t-shirt over, so it's all like covered up. Smart, huh? Green t-shirt, green chair. Now there's no chair. When you look behind me, there's no chair. I want to block less of the screen. It's enough that y'all see my face. Okay. It looks like this is gonna work. Just had to go get a new webcam out of the other room. Oh my god, this is so weird. You got them all. If the game stops detecting blinks accurately, press spacebar to recalibrate. All right. We're going in. Get my blinks in now. Hacks. Keep my eyes open as much as possible. It's a game about blinking. See, every time you blink, the game will notice. See how this works? I'm not blinking right now. Try blinking on the white symbol. Dude, this is a trip and a half. You see a metronome and blink, you'll jump forward. Dude. I'm gonna try to read chat while this is going on. It might be a little tricky. I may have to do that once in a while. So escape will pause it, just to keep an eye on chat. Oh, it recognizes that as a blink too.
That's mine.
Well, hello there, stranger. Whew. You're a real bright and shiny one, aren't you? I ask you for your name, but sadly you got no mouth to speak with, or hands to shake with, or nose to look down with.
I don't.
So we're gonna have to find another way. See, what you'll find is, even though you're no longer in your body's still inside of you, if that makes any sense. So, if you understand what I'm saying, blink over my hand here. Ooh, well look at that. You're a blinking genius.
That works good. It works good.
I knew you were special. See all them poor souls down there, lost in the waves? I didn't choose any of them. I chose you. See, I just sometimes get a sort of a hunch, or what's a better word? Notion? No, better word than that.
My fruit blinking skills.
A premonition when a soul's worth pulling up. Now you see that tower out there? Big, scary one? That's where I'm taking you to see the gatekeeper, to be judged. I'm gonna present your case, tell her the whole story of your entire life, from prow to stir. Now if she's impressed, I get paid the big coin, and you get yourself a spot in her magnificent city. If she ain't, well, I eat seagull for dinner again, and you... well... we don't have to worry about that, because I am the best orator you'll find on these sickly waters. Class A storyteller, believe you me. Oh, shut up, you trash birds. You had your chances. It wasn't my fault you were no good. Layabouts.
Oh no. I don't want to become a trash bird.
Satisfactory. Clock watchers. I got some words for you.
My friend's missing an ear.
Sorry you had to hear that. Ooh. So sure, maybe I'm not the most verbose storyteller out there, but I know how to spin a yarn. if I'm given something to work with. And that's where you come in. Your life. You're gonna show it to me. I want to see exactly what made you so absolutely great.
I bet they did have a lot of fun with that
So-
voice actor.
Just think back to the very beginning. The first thing that you can remember.
How did my soul end up here in the first place, I
I'm
wonder?
gonna send you there. But understand, no matter how much you like it, you're not gonna be able to stay, alright? Every time you blink, you're going to jump forward in time. Could be a second, could be 5 years. That's just how this thing works. Alrighty then. I hope he's ready for this. Now, the next time that you blink, I'm gonna send you back. Now, don't be afraid. And don't. and
Oh,
just
that counted
try
as
to
a
enjoy
blink?
it this time.
All right. A little sensitive there, but that's okay.
Look at that sun. We've got a long, beautiful day ahead of us. Why are you smiling like that? You must really like it out here, huh? Well,
Oh, it's a little too aggressive on the blinking. Okay, that was good. I wonder how old I am here. Am I a kid? I don't know. What's going on?
let's go get you some seashells. What do you say?
You see that big spiky plant over there? That's called an agave. 11 years.
I didn't blink.
Really
Oh, it's
sorry,
being
Hannah.
too sensitive.
Oh well, days have a tendency to do that, I guess. Now, where's the first page of my piece? I can't find it anywhere. Did I put it in here? No.
There it goes.
Okay. Go ahead, kid.
My eyes feel too dry now.
Look at that. There's your little hand.
Ah, there we go.
We have to make him do this every birthday.
That's a great idea. I don't really.
Oh, it's too sensitive. Even after I calibrated it.
Oh, you want to play along with Mommy, don't you? Give it time. I'm sure you'll be better than me soon enough. Now, where was I?
I want to keep watching her. All right, there we go. That's better. That's better.
Sounds good, honey.
I'm sending it to my mentor next week. It has to be perfect.
Well, sounds pretty perfect to me.
Yeah, what do you like about it?
I like the music.
That's very specific.
I also like the person playing it.
Yeah. I'm worried that might have something to do with it.
Wild.
Look at his little face. What do you think he's thinking about?
I don't know. Probably solving the problems of the universe.
So, do you think he's going to be smart?
I don't see why not.
I didn't do that.
It's not
Oh
derivative.
man.
At least I didn't think it was. Do you think you could tell the other members of the selection committee what I just told you? Right. No, I'm sorry. I guess I just put a lot of expectation on this call. Okay, I understand.
I'm not so special apparently.
Thank you for considering my piece, John. It really means a lot.
Oh, she didn't get in. Okay. It's not all about me, I guess.
Oh, that's sure a little mess of color. You know, if you keep working at it, one day you'll be able to paint exactly what's in your head. You'll be a real artist. Unlike your poor mom. See? That used to be my piano. My dad gave it to me. He loved music. Fled his home country just to have a chance to pursue it. God, he made me practice so much. I hated it at first.
Okay,
It's
Benny.
still too sensitive,
Are you
damn
ready
it.
to see something really special?
I just don't want to. Richard,
What?
that's the cutest thing I've ever seen.
Oh, sad kitty.
What's wrong with that?
We can't keep him, can we? I mean, I'm pretty much definitely allergic, so no, right?
No. We'll find someone to take him.
No, keep
But
him.
while he's here,
Aww. It's a kitty. Oh, she's sneezing because she's allergic.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember? There you go. Doesn't that make you feel happy? Like you just want to jump up and
I'm
down?
gonna really keep my eyes open a
Now, what
lot.
about C minor? You remember how to play that one? Very good. Just one note different. That one sounds sad, doesn't it? Amazing what a difference one little change can make on how a person feels.
Oh, she's allergic to a kitty cat. Kitty
Sounds
only
like
has one
me and
eye.
a little friend on your piano there.
I'm keeping my eyes open. It's working if I exaggerate with my eyes open, you know?
she was in grad school studying composition. I never met anyone like her. I just prayed to God I could somehow keep up. I think she liked that I was a professor. Gave me a certain gravitas in her eyes, you know, which I very quickly lost. God, she dragged me to so many places.
Ah! I didn't mean to blink! No. Graduating to the bigger piano. My eyes have never felt more dry in my entire life than they do right now.
Wait, that's my piece. How did you figure out how to play that? Richard, are you hearing this?
What?
He's playing my piece. He must have figured it out by ear. I mean, I was a gifted kid, but he's brilliant. We need to get him into serious piano lessons.
Yeah, sure. But, you know, anyone who might be a good teacher for him?
What? I mean, in the city, sure. Not out here, I don't.
I mean, I know someone who might be up to the task. She's very gifted.
Richard, no one in this town knows.
I look at chat. Damn it. Sorry. Keep chatting. It's fine. And yes, 5-year-old can play better than me.
Oh, God,
Aw,
I have
kitty.
my interview in 5 minutes, and I completely forgot to feed him.
Oh, kitty cat. He's only got one eye. Ah, it registers every movement as a
Excuse me,
blank.
Of course, sir. It's all organized into folders, sitting ready on my kitchen table. They will literally be on your desk when you get in. What could possibly happen to the files between now and tomorrow morning? We are fine.
Oh no, kitty peed. I see everything there is to see there, I guess.
When's he coming?
I'm flying him out in February, remember? You know, I think he was pretty surprised that I could actually afford to do that.
Hey, why not? You're a working woman now.
I guess that's true.
Don't let it go to your head, but yeah.
Please let the cat know. It's time to use the litter box, though.
Baby steps. He's got one eye.
Kitty's napping. Steven's corporate accountant. She's given up her dream on being a professional musician, and she's an accountant.
This is called a metronome. We use it
same,
to measure
Poc.
time so we don't get lost in the music. I want you to start using it before Grandpa comes to visit. You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone. So I asked him, what about your children? Thinking, you know, I might be a work of genius just as I was. He said, yes, I suppose. If you made a work of genius, I could live on through that as well. No such luck for me. But I haven't seen him in over 10 years. Can you believe that? I wonder if he'll even recognize me.
No one's gonna answer the phone? Answer your telephone.
You really need to stay in time with the metronome, okay? Subdivide the time. 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E and a 1E and a 2E and a 3E and a 4E. You're off. You're off, Ben. You can't hear that?
Making mistakes. Where's my kitty?
There you go, buddy.
There he
Okay,
is.
now keep a firm grip on it, just like that. Oh my. Well, don't think you like that, pal.
He's getting bigger.
Sorry, buddy. Turn around, Elle, so we can photograph you.
not gonna turn around.
I'm just really behind right now. Why don't you take photos in the backyard? It may not be interesting at first, but if you keep going back out there every day, you'll be surprised by how much it changes.
Neighbor's house for sale.
Ernie!
Ernie!
Buddy!
Ernie!
Ernie!
Ernie, we need you!
God, Elle, what if you got eaten by a coyote?
My sinuses would be eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
Oh, the kitty cat's name
No,
is Ernie.
I said I'm really worried. Here, kitty, kitty, kitty!
Oh no,
Honey.
we don't lose the kitty
Worried too.
cat.
I know, sweetie.
Ernie! Kid! Come to Papa! I know you're mad about last night, but this is ridiculous.
What happened last night?
It's bad.
Oh, God.
I've got an
What?
achievement.
Well, if he survived that,
Eyes
I
of
don't know
Steel.
how worried we have to be.
Okay, well, let's take this seriously, okay? He has one eye. That means predators can come up on one side of him he doesn't even know. Okay? Let's take this seriously. Ernie! Come on, dude!
My kitty's still lost. No. Hey Riz, how you
So
doing?
you're saying it's a coincidence that it disappears for weeks and then comes back with a huge
Uh-oh.
Good. Ernie's a boy.
bill? And you're sure about that?
Oh no, he's got cancer or something? No.
Uh-huh. It's still not a...
Ernie's not a
He
boy.
keeps coloring the grass blue, the ocean green, and then the sky red.
Were you able to pick up the new book?
Yes, Manila Galleon was of particular interest.
I meant Benny's book.
Oh, yeah, Douglas too.
Keep my eyes open long enough to not
You know,
to keep the story going.
I'm learning.
I mean, they did. And it's stupidly great.
It's like when the phone was ringing. Oh, is this the game the meme came from? I knew Fishboat played this
I
on
know,
stream
it
once.
Seems impossible that you could ever play
I'd already
something so
purchased it.
complex.
Cause I love the concept and I bought it and then I saw him streaming it and I was like, I can't watch him stream it because I'm gonna play it someday. And it's been sitting here installed for months on end.
But just take it one day at a time. Trust me.
Yeah, I'm taller now, but I'm not any better at playing the piano.
You're really getting there, honey. Next week we'll start working on your other hand.
Or am I?
Okay.
If I blink, my son will die?
Two
Okay.
brackets
I didn't know where the
on
meme
each
came from. It's
side,
good to know.
2 screws on each bracket. 2 washers on each screw.
The quiz said find.
No! Oh, stupid thing is too sensitive sometimes. I got an F on something though.
Congratulations, B! First of many, I'd assume.
I want that box full.
Okay, now it's getting too fucking sensitive. Hello, my eyes are open.
My house. It's not my house.
Right, it's my house.
Neighbors.
5 minutes to get down, and I'll drive it back with you up there.
Fall back, you fool. I'll have your heads. I'll feed them to the cat.
Chloe, I'll play inside.
Hey, you. Yeah, you. Come over here. Yes, Mr. Camera Boy. I'm talking to you.
So there's no movement in the game. It's just moving the... I can't was it around. It's just move the mouse around. Instead of clicking, I'm using
Why are you
my
always
eyes.
out here taking photos? You know, if you really want to take a photo of something cool, you should take a photo of this.
Chloe!
Oh shoot, I think I gotta go. But, try to take a photo of me running into my house. I'm pretty fast, so I don't think you'll be able to. But you can try.
Oh, how'd I miss that?
Quiet, about to play for us.
Oh, really?
Wow, Elle, he's unbelievable. My God, I didn't realize our head of accounting was raising a musical prodigy.
Didn't you used to be a composer yourself, Elle?
No, I don't know if I'd say that.
But you used to write your own music, right?
Yeah, but I haven't done that in years. Not since he was 4 or 5 years old.
And what do you do, Richard?
He's a professor.
Of what?
Well, no one really knows.
No, I mean, what's his field?
It's maritime archaeology.
Ah, very cool.
But no one really knows what it means.
Unknown legend.
It's kind of one of those professions that stops a dinner party short.
Oh.
Okay, more wine?
Oh, my eyeballs.
I'll have a little more wine, please.
Nah, what a shock.
Uh-oh. What a shock. Did she drink a little too much? I got the whole story. Wow.
The class is world history. My name is Mr. Isaac. The class will be broken up into
Hey, you.
units.
Look on your desk. I wrote you something.
Dear weird neighbor kid. We're in the same class. What a coincidence. Please keep in mind that while we're at school, we don't know each other. Do not talk to me ever. Love, Chloe. Aw, she loves me.
I want each of you to write it down. Not doodle on the sidelines, not stare off into space. Okay. Now I will go on to the next slide.
Don't even
Chloe,
look at me.
Tell me, what did the quote say?
Right, I definitely know this.
You were taking notes, weren't you, Chloe?
Oh, yeah. So those who do
gave her
not
the
remember
answer.
the past, repeat the past. That's right, right?
Indeed it is. Though I'd prefer you to answer without the help.
Oh, I blinked because I was so surprised.
He insisted. Half suspect he bought it for himself.
Exposed.
The little guys are pretty cute, though. I will admit that.
Conchsters.
Oh, I want the job of whoever
I-
gets paid to think
okay.
of that crap.
Oh, it's Pokemon.
I've definitely seen you next door, but I didn't realize you guys had become friends.
Oh, sure. We sit together in history class. I don't know what I'd do without old Benny.
Very sweet. Thank you for playing this game with him.
Your dad just thanked me for hanging out with you? That's a very interesting detail. Okay, shut up.
Oh, totally
I really
Pokemon.
want this one. Maybe I'll use Tickle Stick. Whoa, that's a pretty good drawing.
It's called a magnet school.
I need to turn that bot down a little bit.
An
It's too.
hour
It's posting
away
way
in a
too much
town
about the
called
contest.
Burton.
Sorry about that.
I know the change can be scary, but I just want you to go in and meet the dean I spoke with. You know, life can take you to some incredible places if you're really, really good at something. He says you've had so much trouble making friends at Playco. I want you.
I did
So what
not
do you
blink.
think, Benjamin? You think you could excel in that sort of an environment?
Sorry, he gets very shy.
Oh, not to worry. If he's as gifted as you say he is, shyness is no problem. Why don't you two come back closer to the end of the year for an audition? We'll get a few pieces that you can have him start learning. I'm eager to hear what your son is capable of. So, I understand you were a musician yourself. Where did you study?
Oh, Berkeley. But I was in the composition department.
Ah, and who did you study under?
John MacDonald?
I understand he's very difficult.
Yes. Taciturn is the word I used.
Taciturn. Yes. people have described me that way, if you can believe it.
Oh, I would never say that about you.
Thank you. I wouldn't either.
You seem very warm.
I'm not blinking. Oh! Wanted to hear where that went.
As you can see, there's some
Fuck.
very fast runs in there, and a lot of stuff I've not taught you properly yet. So no pressure. I just want you to try, and we can see if you start enjoying it. Just like to see you really rise to the occasion, just this once. I wish I had the option of going to a school like that when I was your age. I wouldn't be working this boring job or living in this boring town, I'll tell you that. What was that? Was that the piece?
I crumpled
What
it.
is going on with you these days? I barely know whose kid you're supposed to be. Don't answer that, Ben. You can talk to your friend after you practice.
So either I talk to her and I fail the audition, or I don't talk to her. I do good in the audition, but then I'm lonely my whole life, right? Is that gonna be the options here?
Oh my god. Is she really calling you again? What, is she obsessed with you?
So listen, I found a construct.
What are you doing? I explicitly asked you not to pick up the phone.
Oh, he's fine. Let him talk to her.
Oh,
That's right,
what do
Dad.
you know about anything that's going on right now?
Okay, you know, I'd appreciate it if you wouldn't raise your voice like that.
Well, then don't stick your nose into things that you're completely checked out of.
Okay.
I did not blink.
Anubis, in the presence of Ma'at, who you remember is the goddess of truth and justice, would weigh the deceased soul against a feather, determining whether it was worthy of entering into her land of the dead. And what if they are deemed unworthy? Well, you can see that ugly fur ball under the scale? That is
Hey,
Amamet. And she's
Mr.
got-
Kid.
and
That's-
yes, that's a she.
Look at it.
The head of a crocodile, fur of a lion, see, and the body of a
Gosh, my dad was,
hippopotamus.
I'm gonna sneak out my house and sleep on the beach.
Though I would
Draw
not
me a
say
picture of
that
Mr.
for her
Isaac feeling
face.
constipated.
Now,
Oh.
as you can see, she is ready to devour any of the deceased who do not cast
Ew,
good
why is he so scared looking?
I'm gonna get in trouble.
Okay, I'll call you when I'm leaving my house.
Oh, that's not a blink.
Having him change schools just as he's starting to make friends.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the only reason she keeps coming here is to play that game you bought for him.
Okay, listen, I don't claim to understand the motives of children. But
Benny has a chance here. A real chance to be really good at something. I mean this is no offense at all. But I don't think you actually really understand what that is.
no, I suppose you're right.
Oh, Richard, please. God, why is he like that?
Lights out. You need to be rested for tomorrow. Memory consolidates when you're asleep. So if you go to sleep now, you will awaken a master. Trust me.
Richard, tell your
It's
friends
interesting
about
that they
yourself.
have a mom who's domineering about
Turn the lights
being a
off.
musician as opposed to the usual stereotype of the dad wanting them to be a
Turn the lights
pro
off.
athlete.
Not just mom.
Kill him, Richard. We're supposed to be united, friends.
Nice friend. Benny, damn it.
What's the choice? What do I do here? I'm gonna try to sleep. Sorry, Chloe. Big audition tomorrow. You should understand. dreaming of playing, and I'm doing pretty good. Slide to the end.
In your own time, Benjamin, we are very excited to hear.
I'm gonna do better because I actually got some sleep.
Why, it is marvelous. How did you ever train such a young boy to play like that?
You're welcome, Mom. Not blinking.
If he
Guess it
doesn't
went
let
pretty
you in
well.
After that, I'm not even sure I'd want you at that school.
Sorry,
I
Chloe.
could tell you were having so much.
Damn game. No, I didn't blink.
Really nailed it, kiddo.
What a great aim trainer. Yeah, this is totally aim lab.
He sounded like a professional musician at 11 years old.
Now, that's your mother saying that. You know, she doesn't consider kids to be professional musicians.
Because they're not.
What are you talking about?
Performers, yes. Musicians? No, they are not musicians.
Destroyer Tour, Anaheim, July '81. I'm telling you, Ace Frehley was
Freely spelled wrong there. That's not how you spell freely.
Seen the look on
Don't
that
fuck
old
with me.
dude's face when he realized what he had on his hands.
You think he was impressed?
Richard, his dentures nearly fell out. His mouth was open so wide.
So what? Our kid's a prodigy?
I don't like that word. He sounded pretty good. That's all I'll say.
Sounds pretty goddamn prodigal to me.
How many beers have you had, Richard?
Just enjoy the beautiful night, will you?
Oh, I am.
8 of 10 game went to 0 of 10. Yeah, for that typo. Google Ace Freely. It's not Freehly.
With summers like this, we should be doing this every night. Why don't we do this every night? How do you know? I know, but we won't. I know we won't. We're never gonna be as smart as we are right now.
Anyone ever told you you have a tendency of ruining the moment in the cutest way ever?
Yeah, you have.
Piss me off. You were so goddamn adorable.
And I'd find you adorable if only you didn't piss me off so much.
You hear that, Benny? Our entire relationship distilled into 2 lines.
Oh, come on. I was joking. You never piss me off.
Well, that's a lie.
Listen, I know I can be tough, but you know
Try
I'm
not to
never
blink.
actually mad at either one of you, right?
We know, honey.
Stay
Trust
here.
us. We know. Okay, let's try some others. Johnny Ramone. You don't have to open it right now if you don't want to.
What do you mean? Of course he wants to.
I just don't want him to feel pressure.
Sure. Open it whenever you want, sweetie.
Considerable says given consideration to your application.
What does it say?
Give him time to read it.
Why are you being silent, Ben?
No admission.
What's it say?
Don't pressure him. He'll tell us once he's ready to tell us. Hey, that's the main thing. It's just a school. It's nothing life or death.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, it would have been a great opportunity, but it's nothing life or death at the end of the day.
We want him home from school for a while. Just until this nasty thing clears. Hey, Elle, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office? There's a small clerical thing I need you to look at before I can let you two go.
Oh, yes, of course.
I didn't blink. You damn game.
Development. He shouldn't be confined to his room.
Yeah, look, having him home for a while means I can spend more time with him. You know? We can focus him, make sure he's staying engaged,
Can we please try to speak a little softer? I really...
Has Chloe totally ditched me?
This isn't video game time. I want
Yes-
you to figure out
yes, it
something
is.
actually productive to do while you're home from school.
There's nothing I can do. I guess it just gave up.
Dinner's ready.
Why isn't your son eating this, Al?
No. You mean young Vincent? Well,
And Mr. Benjamin Bryn has been awarded first place.
I really gotta thank you for this, Benny. Emma Bills is so pissed that weird camera kid won over her multiple horse portrait that she literally just left with her dad in here.
Nah. Because of my shading. Fishboat, I know you'd play this, but I didn't realize this is the game that your meme came from. If I blink, my son will die. That makes you want to pursue a career in the arts.
You are not here to learn to be painters. You are here to learn to be artists. And although I was hired to teach you, it is a sham. There is no teaching art. So don't just sit there slack-jawed. Make art, you ponies!
Oh, I love that voice actor. Amazing. The mom and dad have a little to be desired, but Chloe's good, and the art creepy. Art teacher's pretty good.
Oh,
It's a Ken doll.
how very wacky and fun these are. It's very zany, very cute. Lucky for you.
There you go, Mr. Bryn. Feel each shape.
Oh, you fiend!
Yeah, it's a little too
I want
aggressive
you all to take a long look
with the blinks.
at what Mr. Bryn has done here. You see,
It's pretty good at recognizing when I do blink. It's just sometimes it thinks I blink when I don't.
within himself and created a masterpiece.
That's right, I have. If I hold my eyes really wide open,
Pray you have a strong hold on
exaggerated,
yourself, Mr. Bryn.
it usually does pretty well. There, I didn't know you saw I didn't fucking blink. We're gonna recalibrate this shit one more time. All right, maybe that made it a little bit less sensitive. We'll try that. The issue like, if I turned it, considered it a blink. I'm trying really hard not to. Oh, look at me, I have it showing.
The ironic sincerity of this piece is so sincerely ironic.
Like, that time I blinked.
I know that lots of agents gave you lots of cards, and it all probably feels weird and alienating and the opposite of what being a starving artist is supposed to feel like. But if I can teach you one thing, it's that if opportunity knocks, you open the door. Making a living isn't selling out. I wish I had thought of it that way.
Yes, it is. Don't you fucking sell out, kid.
Benjamin! Marvelous show last week. Truly stunning. I've never been
I wonder if my glasses are throwing it off. Come on.
Don't worry. You're not selling your soul.
Sign
I've got
it.
a good feeling about you.
We'll sign it.
We're going to make a lot of money together.
I'm gonna make paintings for hotels and shit.
To actually making some money with one's art. Lord knows I could never do it. Ooh,
It's still a really cool game, though. Story, interactive story.
now that you've made it, tell me, what are you going to do with it? Besides buying me fancy dinners like this every week, obviously. Because I can get used to this. Oh, this looks delicious. I'm getting a salad and an appetizer, and I'm already stealing the bread. Look at that butter. Oh my gosh, it's in the shape of a swan. Oh my god. I never thought I'd see the day where you would take me out to dinner, but I like it.
I chug my wine pretty fast.
Oh wow. Should I get soup? No, I can get soup at home.
I should put that whole glass in her mouth. If I call this game a Call of Duty, bro will sucker punch you. Yeah, I sell out. So what?
Honey, stop.
Every musician ever is a sellout if they sign to a label. You say the Beatles were sellouts? Bunch of fucking sellouts. I didn't blink.
Hey, honey. Your work's incredible. The new stuff is wowing us all. But Ben, I've had an idea. You know, the critics are fickle. How about if you go back to your roots?
What, and play piano?
Paint something meaningful, personal, close to your heart. Gotta go. Love you lots. Mwah.
Chat, did y'all go with Chloe to the beach before the night before your recital? Or your tryout? Because I didn't. I slept.
Hey, Ben. Don't even pick up
NFTs.
the phone, okay? I mean it. I'm just calling to inform you that I went to the doctor today, and, well, I'm going to be a little sick for a while, but really, I don't want you worrying about it at all. You're Oh, Benny, I told you not to pick up. There's nothing you can do for me right now. All you can do is just keep painting, keep striving.
Mom's sick.
Make that work of true genius. I can just tell you're almost there. So, I'm going to hang up the phone now, and you're just going to get back to work, okay?
Don't tell me what to do.
But that's enough from me. Now, you'll hear from the person who I
And
believe
she's
is
gone.
the single thing in the world my wife was most proud of. Her magnum opus, so to speak. I think you all know who I'm talking about. Benny? You ready to come up here?
You did go with her? Did she stay in the story longer? Because she hasn't been back since I ditched her. It's a giant metronome. What's
wrong?
I just like my left eye twitched a tiny bit.
Hey, honey. Guess who's calling?
Again? Look, you know I talk to big, important people who could change your life every day. What the hell am I supposed to say? What do you want me to say? That I haven't heard from my star client in 6 months? This is getting ridiculous.
Suck it. I do what I want.
Hey, Benny. Guess who's calling? Well, here's the call. We're finished.
Hey, B. Just calling to tell you,
Okay, sounds good, Fishboat.
I think I'm selling the house. She's everywhere here, son. I can't move without bumping into her.
God damn it, I did not
Whatever
fucking
you
blink.
want. With your mother gone, I'm hoping to finally live without all the clutter.
I'm just so glad you got to speak to her one last time.
So am I.
I know she told you not to pick up the phone. But, well, I'm just so happy that you did.
She just wanted you to focus on your work. That was the only thing that mattered to her. What's that? What's so fascinating, son? Look. It's unbelievable, Benny. It's like she's standing in the room with us. Like I can see her in the paint. I can feel her.
Is that really you?
There she
it's
is.
Chloe, your neighbor. My God, I can't believe this. It's been years. I just walked through the entire show. It's unbelievable. I'd love to walk through it again with you. I mean, if you were down for that. I just can't believe that my entire childhood, I was living next to a bona fide genius. And your mom. I always heard her playing piano from next door, but I didn't know she wrote the actual music. She was a genius. Hey, so, not to be forward, but what are you doing after this?
I see why you didn't want to spoil
Maybe we
it.
could get a
Fishboat,
drink or
thank
something?
you. Is that a fishboat right there?
I'd really love to catch up. I can't believe everything that's happened to you. I want to hear all about it.
Now would you look at that?
No, we're not done yet.
I cannot believe
We're not done yet. We're not done yet.
You finally hit the jackpot, Flapjack. All the nobody nothings dying every day. You finally sink your hook into a... Oh, well, there you are. Well,
It is a fishboat. It's canon now.
if I realized, I would have cleaned up. I'm just used to fishing up a different class of soul. I mean, sure, I've had scientists, a couple college athletes here or there, but... Whew, internationally renowned painter? The gatekeeper's gonna eat you up. Hey, speaking of that, why don't we give your story a test run? Maybe you help me out with the word choice, since, you know, I'm still working on that. See if I'm getting all the strokes right, the proper composition, if you catch my drift. Forget about it. All right, Here we go.
Gatekeeper! Before you stands the soul of a great man. Now,
would you
Now, how did I
describe
die?
yourself as a happy kid or a lonely one?
His childhood was a lonely one, growing up as a strange, quiet child in an isolated seaside town.
And, what'd you say your mom was? A composer or an accountant?
She was technically an accountant until after she
His
died.
mother was an accountant who in her younger years
There you go.
had dreamed of being a great composer.
How would you describe her as a teacher? More encouraging or more demanding?
Demanding.
Therefore, as his piano teacher, she was over-demanding, forcing him to practice day in and day out, hoping that he might one day achieve that greatness that she never could.
I like all the birds.
How about that neighbor girl? What was she to you? Was she your best friend or your first love?
Well, I have to say best friend because I didn't go to be with her.
Don't be.
Music became the only thing he truly cared about, even more than his best friend Chloe. And although he gave it everything he had, he was still rejected from the conservatory his mother desperately wanted. Now, from that moment forward, his mother gave up on him. She knew he didn't have what it took to be a truly great musician. But little did she know, she just picked the wrong medium, right?
Right.
See, when he was 12 years old, he got sick, and he had to stay inside for an entire year. And in that year, he rediscovered a talent he'd forgotten: painting. Sure, he loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. But for the first time, he saw it in a more serious light. He was accepted into an exclusive art school where he caught the eye of an esteemed professor who launched his work into the national spotlight. Now be quiet, all of you. With expectations on his career mounting, he stalled himself into bankruptcy, which turned out to be a blessing, for it wasn't until he returned home to the house he grew up in that he began work on what would ultimately be considered his masterpiece. I said shut up, you scumballs! You lucky fowls!
Oh, the seagull hate.
Right! I get it! I hear what you're saying. I hear what you're saying.
I had assumed as much anyway.
What?
I should probably tell you. Those things, they're not regular gulls. They're liar birds.
What?
They're what becomes of souls who try to lie to the gatekeeper. And once they try that, they're never allowed near her city again. I get to feeling bad for not defending them right, so they just stay on with me. Living reminders of my oratory shortcomings.
Oh, yeah, good thinking. I'll be back to get you once I'm done with this one.
Hopefully you won't be seeing him again. You're a flea-bitten sap. You know that? Just look at him. Poor fool doesn't know what he's in for.
You talking to me?
don't think that I haven't dealt with people like you. You're ashamed of something. Something so terrible, you're trying to blink right past it. Because if the gatekeeper knew, she'd have to dream up fresh new hells to punish someone as worthless as you. And I'm sure you're right. I'm sure you're the rottenest soul that I ever fished out of that black muck. And I should have thrown you back and sanitized my paw as soon as I laid eyes on you.
Yeah, super harsh.
But it's too late for that. We're in this together. And the gatekeeper, she'll see right through your fake lies as if they were glass. So I'm gonna ask you again to start from the very beginning.
I told the truth.
This time, I want the truth.
I did.
This ain't a...
Oh, no. God, that bot is too aggressive. Sorry. I'll turn it down after this.
Not this.
Now play the C major chord I taught you. Remember?
Come on, keep blinking. I haven't found it yet.
Doesn't that make you feel happy? You know, my father once told me, when I was about your age, the only way to fight against time is to create a work of genius, which might live on after you're gone.
This. Stay here. What did your mother hear on that phone call?
Oh, yeah, we never got to hear. It just kept ringing. Stay open. Oh my god, I gotta blink.
I'm getting it.
This is real gameplay.
Hello? Yes, of course. This is Elle, his daughter.
Oh. Oh, what is it?
See, she knew she hadn't yet lived up to her father's expectations. And now, she never could. Let's keep going.
Eternally indebted.
What did you just say?
This isn't a trip down memory lane. Yes, I understand about the cat. Let's keep going.
The game's almost over, Chef. I was wondering what a couple of these things were. Or it didn't show me very much of the story. What the hell is going on? It's a short game. Yeah, it's only like an hour and a half total. It's a story-driven, interactive story more than a game.
Keep your eyes open. I need to see.
It took something as a blink, but I didn't blink. No!
Let's try this again.
At least it doesn't make me do the entire thing.
The death of those cats must have taught you a terrifying lesson. That simply being alive wasn't enough.
No.
So then you went to work to make yourself sensational.
Listen to him, Richard. I'm enlisting him in that competition.
I thought you said competitions took the joy out of playing music.
Not if you win. When we get back, let's wake Dad up and go down to the beach. What do you... And I'd find you adorable if...
Hey, El, would you mind taking a quick walk with me down to my office?
Come on, keep blinking.
Okay, remember this one? When I was sick for a year.
Staying engaged.
Gotta keep my eyes open for this. Just an inaudible conversation, yeah. But what is it actually about? What was I actually sick with? Oh, I have to blink in a specific
I
time.
need to hear what they're saying. Really try to recall it.
Oh, you bastard.
I mean, what's the point?
Did I not get it there? Oh, keep your eyes closed.
What's the point?
What do you mean?
Cool.
What's the point?
Oh my god.
What does that mean?
What's the point of any of it? What's the point of any of it? If he's never gonna get any better.
Okay. Let's not say that. Okay? We know we don't mean it. We don't mean it.
I know I don't. I know.
I mean, what if he heard one of us saying something like that?
I'd never forgive myself.
It's okay. It's okay. He's asleep. But it's okay.
I see. You got sick. You howled at the moon at the top of your lungs.
Well, it asked if I was wearing glasses to start, and I said yes, so it should be adjusting for that. But you're probably right.
You were sick for a long time, weren't you? Sicker than healthy kids are supposed to get? Well, no matter how painful it gets, I need you to remember. We're almost at the end of this. I promise.
This isn't video game time. I want you to figure out something actually productive to do while you're home from school. Try writing with it. Well, hello, Benny.
It's always video game time. Exactly,
It was your
Chef.
grandfather's, but I used it in college to write lyrics.
I couldn't talk.
Exactly. It was very artsy.
I couldn't talk.
Actually, I was just good at fooling your dad. Made him think I was some kind of genius. Why don't you write the story of your life so far? And then what you're going to do once you get better. That's it.
Probably, Chef. Growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. His mother was... So it's basically everything that... What's his name said. The ferryman said.
Music became the only thing he truly cared about, even more than his best friend, Chloe. Best friend? Okay, Benny. Is that why you didn't sneak out with me? Why not just tell me? You do realize I waited for you out in the alley for like an hour, right? Ugh. So anyway, back to the story, I guess. He'd loved finger painting as a child. Color and shape were the first languages he learned to speak. Man, you take your doodle seriously. I did not realize, but I respect it. I respect it. I do.
You are going to be in there for about 30 minutes.
MRI.
So try to get
Yep.
comfortable.
Yep.
You're doing great, buddy. Just a little long.
That's fine.
Knock, knock. You're gonna be so annoyed with me, but I couldn't help but overhear Chloe reading loud from what I think was your story the other night. I know. I promised myself I wouldn't eavesdrop, but
You did, bitch.
I would really love to read it if you'd let me.
No.
What do you say? You know I'm such a big fan of anything you do.
Nope. You don't get to read my shit, Mom.
I can't.
Just go in there and tell him you loved it.
Yeah.
Sorry, I just can't.
She's mad because I said she's domineering.
Right now.
Okay, don't worry. Just go to bed. I'll
These
talk.
walls are thin as hell.
Hey, B. Just want you to know that Mom loved your story. She's just, I think it was just very emotional for her to read. But I thought it was great. I mean, look at this. His childhood was a lonely one, growing up a strange and quiet child in an isolated seaside town. I mean, I'm certainly bummed you feel that way. But what I want to know is, where'd you learn to write so well? All those cool words. Reads like Dickens. Really just very cool stuff, kiddo. You should be very proud, okay? Okay. Love you, buddy.
He's trying. Benjamin Bryn was a loser. He's the worst Bryn to ever live. He didn't even try to... I don't like typing this. He didn't even try to fight the disease inside him. He just laid down and died. Yeah, sorry, TS SAR06. I don't know what your URL was, but you gotta be a VIP or a sub to be able to post links in my chat because I've had people show up and spam. So hopefully you weren't... Oh, was it bad? Thank you, Riz. Appreciate that. That's why I block URLs, people posting URLs. Alright, thank you.
Benny! Benny! Ben! Oh God, can you hear me? Richard! Richard, get up!
The hell?
Shut up! What's going on?
This is why I'm a good painter, because I'm...
So if he's ever in pain, all he needs to do is press that red button, and the drug will administer itself.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. You know, I know my wife would normally want to thank you herself.
No, I understand. It hits mothers the hardest, this sort of thing.
Thank you for understanding.
The hell is wrong with me? Look, take me. Kinda.
Hey, Eddie.
Yeah, hey man, it's Richard. Listen, I know Elle's been...
Hey, this isn't funny, you know? What, you're too scared to talk to me? Well, just so you know, I know you're faking. Because if you were really sick, like actually sick, you'd have told me already. I happen to actually know about this stuff. So the fact that you are faking
Even
just so you
killed
don't
is
have
the
to go to
achievement I just
school
got.
with me is actually ridiculous. I don't know if you're embarrassed.
By not throwing the phone, I got an achievement called Even Keeled.
I remember when you were just 4 years old. Mom was going through a pretty tough time. I mean, not as tough as now, but yeah, her music had been rejected, and she's having trouble adjusting to her quiet little life out here, and I feared that I was losing her. But then you played this on the piano, and just your little hands reaching up for the keys. She just couldn't believe how gifted you were. And once she heard that, well, it was like you brought her right back to me. So, I was wondering if maybe you could do that trick again. Try closing your eyes. See if you can remember.
Wait, is that... That's my bass. How did you figure out how to play that?
Keep playing, B. She's listening.
Yeah, Dad is a true champ. Let the kitty in. The old kitty now.
What are you doing, Elle? She's gonna make you sick.
Oh, it's okay. I'm just so happy she's here. We've got to show this cat some real love. She's been through more than we can even imagine.
"29 missed calls from Chloe."
She hasn't been over. Like, she didn't even care to visit?
No. I mean, I don't think he's told her.
And you're just letting that be? Letting that be?
I don't know her step. You know how Benny is.
She lost her mother a year ago. You knew that, right?
No, but what does that have to do with...
Okay, do we have her dad's number?
I don't know. Check the book.
Okay, I'm calling now.
Honey.
Jesus.
Oh my god, you're an idiot. You do realize this is really nothing special to me. I've seen this all before. I was thinking about
Vicos, thank you for the follow.
and how I reacted to it. I feel kind of bad. I shouldn't have done
Appreciate that follow.
But
Playing kind of a heavy game right now, or I blink.
hey, what are you looking at? Don't look up there. Look at me. I'm talking to you. I want to give you something, but I think I don't want to be in the room when you see what it is. So maybe if you close your eyes, I can give it to you and I'm gonna leave. Close your eyes now, okay?
Dear weird neighbor kid, you are my best friend. Love, Chloe. It's harder to move the mouse right now. It's not working. Not hungry. I can't hear because the pain is too high. Just trying to play. Yeah, it's hard to hear it.
What is that?
Something new I'm working on.
So you're writing again?
It's just a melody that came to me. It feels good to play it.
Oh, Jesus. Barely move the mouse.
I can't breathe.
I know.
It's okay, Benny. I understand. There's no need to show me anymore.
No, Richard, it's like I can't breathe. Like there's this clamp on my chest.
I know. It's okay.
You can come back to me now.
You have to do something.
You know, for a while now, I've wondered if I'm just not a good enough storyteller. If I just don't have grand enough words, can't tell grand enough stories. But grand words and stories, I think they may be overrated. Ugh. I know just what to tell her. Watch for her now. I've seen the gatekeeper take many forms depending on the soul I bring her. But once you see her, you'll know. Believe me. I should go get ready. Don't worry. We got this. I think.
Those are fish. This is a fish boat. DT fish boat. Your boat. Is it a kitty cat?
There she is. Wish me luck.
Gatekeeper, before you sits the soul of a child who died before he could grow old.
That means she's ready to hear your story.
You know, I never told you how much I loved your story. It's really so imaginative, and the person you wrote about is such an interesting and intense guy. My only issue was, well, I didn't like him very much. So, I wanted to read you something I wrote for you, which is about the Benny I've known for 11 years now. It's called The Great Life of Benjamin Bryn. Benjamin Bryn was born into an ordinary home, to an ordinary mother and father in a small town by the sea. His mother was a composer, or at least that's what she dreamed she'd be. So, when her own dreams didn't pan out, she began to dream for him. But then, when he was just 11 years old, he got
sick and was forced to stay inside for an entire
year.
Oh, okay, good. I was like, I have to blink.
He began to worry that he hadn't lived
enough. So he made up a story of the great life he thought he wanted to live, which only made
him forget the great life he already had. How he had filled a new home with
joy and promise. How he met a girl,
his neighbor, who felt all alone and
made her feel okay again. And how,
even when he was sick, he still gave
parents hope. How he reminded them exactly who they were.
After they had almost forgotten.
So when he knew
he was
okay. Because he'd already lived a great life, a full life. And he was everything he needed to be, just as he was.
She accepts. Close your eyes now, and keep them closed. She's gonna let you in. Go on. You know what to do.
So gonna accept my eyes closing? Try with my eyes closed. With the glasses off.
Why is he smiling like that?
It must be somewhere that he likes.
Be somebody. Me 2.0 for you. And when you meet somebody, you're gonna feel the same way I do. I'm gonna say say I'm gone. When that chance comes through, I'm gonna prove you wrong. In a market, in a desert, you'll remember why you came here.
I'll be back in just a minute.
There's a couple pictures of you laughing, grip tight to raffle tickets. I've got memories, but I'm slipping. You left some people in here wondering if you'll stay here or not. You wanna make some money, give a kid to dad when he has somebody. You're gonna feel the same
Yeah. Hey, thanks to CyberPower PC. They built this rig.
Tied to raffle tickets, I've got memories, but I'm slipping. You left some people in here wondering if you'll stay here or not.
I'm going to talk about this in a couple minutes when the credits are over. I have some thoughts. It's a lot of Kickstarter backers. I love that games can get made like this with, with Kickstarter help or Indiegogo or whatever. It gives people an opportunity to get their name in the credits of a video game, and to help pay for the development. It's really cool. I'm lucky enough to have had my name in the credits of a few video games, but it wasn't that I helped them get produced. I was just a salesperson on the back end. And yeah, Riz, this is one that's going to sit with you for a while. For sure. It'll probably end up on my year-end list. For sure. I'll talk a little bit more about it when the credits are over. I just kind of want to sit here and soak in the music, Yeah, I wasn't quite expecting that Fishboat. I thought maybe, it might pull a heartstring or two. And what's funny is I was just talking with my friend Ghostman in the Discord. We were DMing today. I was talking about a movie that I watched like 20 years ago that got me to cry pretty hard. Dancer in the Dark, Bjork and Lars von Trier. And I was like, I don't know that I've cried that hard at a movie since, and I don't really cry that much anymore at movies. I still do every once in a while, but that was almost, I don't want to say the hardest I've cried at a video game, but definitely it was at a point where I couldn't really push it back, which I've been able to do most of the time. If a game kind of starts to grab you a little bit, and it's like, I can fight through this. That wasn't really going to be an option here. So you cry more at games than you do at movies. Yeah. I think it's just because it's more immersive, I think that's definitely the reason. Unplug this webcam. This is the one I use for my work conference calls. It's got a little ring light. When you tap on it, it lights up. It's not real bright, but this is just like a $35-40 cheapo thing I got for my work setup in the back room. But it worked It worked exactly the way I needed it to. Now, let's go through the negatives. Because I always start with the negatives on something I really appreciate. Because in my brain, I'm thinking, this would have been a 10 out of 10, except it missed on a couple of things. Because the positives are definitely more than the negatives. The eye tracking, in Fishboat, you mentioned it too, and you streamed this quite some time ago, earlier in the year. And I'd purchased the game before I saw you stream it. I had it installed and sitting here on my computer for months. Because this came out like in April, and I want to say I bought it, like when it first came out, it was on like 20% off or something like that. And I saw the concept behind it. I don't remember where I saw like a review somewhere, and I was like, you know what, it was like $7.99 or something like that. I was like, fuck it, I'm buying this. Because it sounds like a really cool thing. I love interactive storytelling. What was the one I played recently? Vanishing of Ethan Carter is not the one. No, I didn't finish that one. No, it's different than that. I played Everyone's Gone to the Rapture on PlayStation 4. That was pretty cool. They call them walking simulators, but really they're just interactive stories. They're not meant to be video games. They're video game-like experiences, but they're not games in the traditional sense. What's the name of the one I'm trying to think of? I can't remember. Anyway, I like interactive storytelling experiences. They're different. They're going to give you something that you don't get in most video games. I think the whatever technology they have for the blinking, to recognize the blinking, clearly maybe the glasses and the glare of the glasses threw it off a bit. Maybe it's hard for them to say you need to take your glasses off when you play this game. I don't know. I'm not sure. And I would say the voice acting was a little iffy on the parents at sometimes early on in the game, but it did get better, especially when they were having their own private conversations together when you're closing your eyes. It sounded a little more believable then. I think those were some high notes, especially at the end. The story, the way it does that little kind of fake out when you think you're at the end and you're not, that was a really effective way to get something across to you, because in my brain I'm thinking, how did I die? I'm gonna go and hang out with Chloe and have a beer, and then all of a sudden I'm back on the boat. It's like, we're missing something. And the way they led you into seeing what you missed, and that was just you telling the story that you'd written for yourself as if you were going to live your whole life. Instead, you died of a disease, cancer or something like that, when you're 12 years old. That's pretty fucking heavy, but it's also a really great way to put you in that person's shoes, to basically have you be that kid. And in a way it's heavy, but it's not crushing. I think they did a really good job with that. Fantastic. I think the glasses question was more to see if they needed to account for the frame of the glasses rather than a bright glare. Maybe, yeah, who knows? I don't understand the text, so I couldn't even tell you. When you think back on it, that frame is super mean to someone who's actually a kid. Yeah. Why was he all being a dick? I'm trying to think of the best interactive story that I've ever played, and best interactive story game. I'm gonna look at a list because I know there's some that I've played that are maybe I would rank a little bit higher than this. Alright, so Stanley Parable is a lot of fun, and that's the type of thing you play through a lot because there's like 40 different endings, and they're all based on the different decisions you make and different doors you open and stuff. That Stanley Parable, in fact, that was also like a mod that was made with the Half-Life 2 engine. I love that game, but it's not on the level of this. It is totally different. Firewatch was very good. A little more video gamey in terms of going places and having to do certain things, but the story in the conversation and the dialogue that happens between the person that's at the home base and yourself on the walkie-talkie, fantastic. Really, really well done. Once was enough on that. I'm a little curious with this game, as if I were to play it again, if I made different decisions. And this is where I'd love to see Fishboat and or Riz, if you remember, if you're still here. How different was it if you skipped sleep and went to go lay on the beach with Chloe? Because I'm wondering if it isn't really all that different. Because you're going to fail the music. If I play poorly at the recital, I don't get into the school. If you play well at the recital, I still don't get into the school. So either way, maybe it isn't that different. So Riz says it wasn't that different, just different dialogue. That makes sense. So they give you choices, but not really. I crumpled up and threw away the Bach piece in the back of the car, in the back seat, and my mom yelled at me. I still played the piece, so it couldn't have been that different. So maybe there's not a lot of reason to go back and play it again, unless there's achievements that I want that I didn't get. It says I played the game 104 minutes. That includes the credits, so hour and a half when you take out. I mean, I could skip the credits. I got 3 trading cards. Oh, wait, there's locked achievements. What do we have? Eyes of Steel. Before your eyes complete the game. Even keeled. Never show your anger. Oh, so I went through the game without throwing anything. Stargazer. Complete the constellation. I did that. Stay here. I completed it. Choose Egypt and the Egyptologist? Or choose Greece? I don't remember that. Where's my face? Recalibrate 10 times. They have a Steam achievement for recalibrating a lot of times. So that kind of tells you that it's a little bit spotty. Fishboat. Different dialogue, and I think Chloe shows up a little bit more if you meet up with her. That's what I was wondering, because she didn't show up again until at the end when we were at the gallery. What would have happened if you rejected the art contract? That's a good question. Yeah, because both of you called me sellouts for signing the deal. I'm guessing you pretty much have the same ending, but it's probably just different dialogue. Provoke the ferryman's ire is an achievement called Obnoxious. Virtuoso, ignore distractions from the piano, so don't take the phone call when Chloe calls. Take all the notes in class. I missed that one too? And then there's one called Redo, live both sides of a big decision. So there's a couple of achievements in here for playing through the game a second time, but we're good. Like, I don't need to play this again. That doesn't mean it wasn't a fantastic experience. It really was. And I did not know what I was in for, clearly. I would have had some Kleenex closer by. Fucking sellout. You do still die of cancer. Well, that seems to be the... that seems to be the way it goes. We rejected the contract. That part of the story is the weakest part. I don't remember a ton. You get a beer with your art teacher if you reject it. Okay. All right. I can see that. Or he'd be like, yeah, fuck the establishment. Hence the meme. Well, I'll tell you what. Y'all, I'm going to throw a shout out because Fishboat's been streaming a little bit more lately. Fishboat, you played Myst last? Holy shit. Fishboat had the name of his streams for all summer long. If I don't blank, my son will die. Whatever blank is. If he was playing a shooter, if I don't kill people, my son will die, or whatever. That was the long-running meme. I didn't realize it was tied to this game. And you know what? I'm glad I didn't know that. Because I would have been like, my son will die. What? The kid's gonna die? I'm glad that I did not know that. So, if I blink, my son will die was a joke about how I thought the game was gonna be. Well, if I cry at this game, my son will die. My son's dead. My son's long dead. It is my favorite naming thing. Yeah, for Twitch stream names, I have a bunch of crap on mine, and every once in a while I'll name something smartass. That is some of the high quality naming conventions for streams. If I breathe, my son will die. Oh yeah, Pac, we've done. I say we. I'll go into his streams when he was streaming, and I would just start typing all of that shit. If I Twitch stream longer than 30 minutes, my son will die, or something like that. I mean, we just did all sorts of fun shit like that in the chat. Oh, his son's way dead. Son is long dead. I accidentally ate my son in Grime. I don't know what Grime is. Should I? Even though the naming thing is over. Why? It shouldn't be over. I'm going to keep scrolling. Because I know there's some other games that I played. One of them was free. Oh, I have it on my Twitch channel. One of them was free on Epic Game Store, and I played it. It was like a 2-ish hour game, and it's fantastic. Let me boot up my stream channel real quick here and go to About, because I have it in the list of games that I've finished. What Remains of Edith Finch. If y'all haven't played What Remains of Edith Finch, you really should. You really should. Highly recommend it. It is fantastic. Also, I know it's been out a long time, but the first season of The Walking Dead, the very first one, you have to play it. If you haven't played it, you don't need the other seasons. I mean, 2 is pretty good. I haven't played anything after 2. The first season of The Walking Dead, you're the convict that starts taking care of the kid, Clementine. There's 5 episodes. I'm telling you, that game, I cried more in episode 5 than any other game I've ever played, ever. And that's Eco and Shadow of the Colossus. Those games both got tears out of me. Okay, Last Guardian is probably a close second. The last hour and a half of the Last Guardian, like, all of the Fumito Ueda-san games are unfucking real. That whole trilogy is just emotions constantly at the end of each of them, and they're earned, especially The Last Guardian. For as much as the gameplay is a little frustrating at times, that story, I'm telling you, the last hour plus, I was a wreck. I mean, I stayed up till almost 3 in the morning, and we were traveling internationally the next day. We were going on vacation, and I was like, I have to finish this game before we leave. And I was up till like 3 in the morning, just a wreck, because that game got me really good. I love The Last Guardian. I am an apologist for that game, up and down and sideways. But the first season of The Walking Dead, so there was 4 episodes out. I'd played through all of them, and I was waiting for episode 5. I was working from home. I took that day off of work. Melissa had to go work. She was going to an office, and I was working from home for Sega at the time. I took the day off because it was like December 19th or 20th. It was before Christmas break, or maybe it was right when I was on Christmas break. And I had it on my laptop, and I was like, all right, bye, you're going to work, cool. And I'm like, I am going to sit here and play this game with no one in the house, because based on the way episode 4 ends, you know shit's going down in episode 5, and it fucking crushed me. And if you've played the first season of The Walking Dead, you know what I'm talking about. Who here has played The Walking Dead season 1? Son is dead. I guess there's nothing stopping me from bringing it back. Just bring it back. I fucking love that game. Which one are we talking about? The Walking Dead season 1, Pac? Were you streaming at The Last Guardian? No. It's a PS4 game. I don't have a capture card, so... Yeah, the game didn't run all that great at the time, although it runs a lot better on PS5. It was asking a lot of the hardware. They were trying to make that for PS3 back in the day. That was originally what it got announced for, I think, is what they were trying to show it, or put test footage together for. It is a combination of Eco and The Last Guardian, in that you have this giant creature that is like a cat, bird, dog thing, and its name is Trico, and you are trying to get out of this castle area. So it's a little bit like Eco in that you need each other to get through into different areas. But then it's a little bit like Shadow of the Colossus in the fact that you're using a Colossus as one of your creatures. So instead of fighting the Colossi, you're basically cooperating with one. So it's a little bit of a combination of both. The game's a little too long. They could have trimmed maybe an hour or 2 out of it in terms of some of the middle of the gameplay, and there's a couple of areas where it's really unclear about what you're supposed to do to get past an area, and it's a little frustrating. But I'm telling you, that game, oh my god. Jacksepticeye. Go to his YouTube. If you don't care to play the game, go to Jacksepticeye on his YouTube and watch his playthrough of the game. Especially watch the last video. My god. He cried about as much as I did. He pretty much bawls his eyes out at the end of that game, and so did I. And it's not that it's that sad of a game. It's you have a bond with this creature, and I'm not going to say it dies. I'm not going to say it lives. They hit you in the feels. So no, I did not stream that. Yo, I have got crushed. Yeah, Pac. Season 1, Walking Dead. Yeah, dude. For reals. God, it hurts. That whole season was so good. It was like, I would say episode 2, where you're out like in the farmyard area with that family, might be the weakest of the 5, but it still was good. And by the end I was like, ooh, okay. But for an hour and a half I was like, okay, and then oh shit at the end. So it was still a good episode. It's just the pacing wasn't quite as good as the other 4. Edith Finch, yeah, really good game. I would say Edith Finch is the closest to Before Your Eyes in terms of the way the story just unfolds, and then it twists a little bit, and then it unfolds a little more, and then the credits roll, and you're like, oh shit. It's kind of a gut punch, and a little bit of a subtle gut punch there. This was subtle up until the very end, and then it was not subtle. I've been wanting to play Last Guardian forever, haven't bought it yet. I love Jack. Is it another aggro? I'm not going to tell you, Riz. Let's just say, because of something that happens in Shadow of the Colossus, and by the way, the PS4 remake by Bluepoint Games, fucking amazing. 60 frames locked on PS4 Pro and PS5. Amazing game. They did such a great job of, from the ground up, remaking that game. It feels like the way I remember playing Shadow of the Colossus in my brain. That's how it plays. Because a lot of retro games, you go back and play them and you're like, wow, this plays like shit. And I went back and played Shadow of the Colossus on the PS2 years later. And I was like, man, this game controls like crap. And the camera sucks. But you overlook that stuff because the rest of it is so amazing. And it's so ahead of its time. And it's something that has inspired so many other game developers. But there's something that happens late in that game where something or someone dies and it's kick in the gut. We could argue, and we could sit here and I could do a whole podcast or a stream just talking about the story in Shadow of the Colossus and the way it's building and the way you don't realize you're kind of not a good guy. It's fantastic storytelling. So when people saw the first trailer for Last Guardian, the internet basically was like, oh, Wade-a-Sun's, he's killing that creature. That creature's dead. That creature's dying so bad. I'm not going to spoil it. You will be surprised and not surprised at the same time. It's a fairly long game. It's like a 14 or 15 hour game. But if you get it cheap, you really should play it. Definitely the weakest, but it's doing a lot of introductions in that episode. Yes, episode 2. True. Didn't they do a release with Shadow of the Colossus and Eco on the PS3? They did a remaster of those 2 games, but those were just up-reses. And I think that's been out of print for a while. I have it, because I had to, because I love Wade-a-Sun's work. The guy's a fucking genius. I even bought the collector's edition of Last Guardian. It comes with like a figure. It's like almost like a statue. It's like this big around, and it's of a sleeping Trico, and with the boy standing on top of Trico's head. PS2 Shadow of the Colossus feels like dog shit. Still a great game. Controls like shit, and it's really hard to play now. My expectations, they've been subverted and yet subverted. I don't want to commit to you about what happens, because there's story spoilers. I don't want to ruin it. I don't think I'll be able to play Eco then, because there's no backwards compatibility. I only have the PS4. If you own a disc version of it, yes. But I wonder if they've made one digitally that you can play. I'm not sure. That's a really good question. Because you're right, PS4's backwards compatibility kind of sucks. I'm trying to think how we can get this to you. Because, well, wait, you have a PS4. Wait, you have a PS4 and you want to play Eco? Because you can't play Eco on a PS4. Unless there's a way to play it if you download a digital copy. Maybe that'll be... I'm guessing it's not. But the Shadow of the Colossus remake, you have to play if you haven't. And The Last Guardian was made for PS4, but also plays on PS5. I still don't think they've patched it to run at 60 frames. There is a way, if you own the disc version, which I do, to install it on your hard drive on your PS5, and then do not install any patches for it. For some reason, the first patch they did for the game post-launch cap the frame rate at 30 because they're trying to lock the frame rate at 30 on the PS4, but it caps the frame rate on the PS5. So if you install the game off of a disc and play it off of a disc and don't install the patches, you can run The Last Guardian at a almost locked 60. It dips in the 50s sometimes when there's a lot going on, but Digital Foundry has a video on it, and they said the best way to play this game is off of a disc. I don't know if they've fixed that. How can I stop it from patching? There's videos online on how to do that, but you said you have a PS4. PS4, either way, PS4 or PS4 Pro is going to, you need the patches basically to make it run better, because it ran kind of crappy when I played it. And when I played it was like the first week it came out. If you have a PS5, you would need to install The Last Guardian off the disc, because there's a digital version, but the digital version includes the patches. You can't break them out. Oh my god, I'm telling this bot to shut up. Just a second. Chat bot, timers. Would you stop spamming the contest out there so much? Jesus. Interval, 11 minutes and only 2 chat lines. Okay, well, it needs to be like 15 chat lines. And let's move that interval up to a few more minutes. There we go. God dang, that chat bot is annoying. Okay, so I think... no, the Slim is just not the Pro version. Either way, the Pro version doesn't run The Last Guardian a whole lot better. So, I mean, maybe it's a locked 30, kinda. The game was asking a lot of the hardware at the time. Did you know I'm giving away a free copy of Far Cry 6? Jesus, Stream Elements bot, calm down. Yeah. So if we're talking about games that get you in the feels, Eco, to a point. And by the way, Eco is still like, if someone puts a gun to my head and says, name your favorite game of all time, I'm probably going to say Eco. Eco was the first video game I ever played that made me feel something, like emotionally. And Shadow of the Colossus took that to another level. The Last Guardian took it to an even higher level. So, but yeah, Walking Dead Season 1 and this now, before your eyes. What a wonderful story. What a wonderful way to tell a story. Even if the technology on the eye blinking was a little lacking, who cares? It was fantastic. Gonna be on my Game of the Year list for sure. It came out, I want to say, in April. Store page. April 8th, 2021. So, yeah. That was a wonderful game, a wonderful experience. And yeah, I wish more people would play it. I wish more people would have the ability to play it. I don't think it's on any other devices other than PC. I see they could do it on a phone. You just use your thumb to like move the cursor around and then you blink, because every phone's got a camera on it, a front-facing camera nowadays, or you don't have to have a camera on a console. April of 2021 feels like so long ago. And April of 2021, we'd been going through this pandemic for 13 months. It's wild to think we're going to be 2 years in to this in March. And I may not be going back to the office before that. Probably not. We're still going to probably be working from home by March of next year. It's nuts. All right. I think this is a good place to end things. Thanks for hanging out and listening to me blab about this really damn good experience, this interactive story and / game. I was thinking at the start like I was going to make a highlight video, but A, the game is short, and B, to make some sort of a highlight video of something that's this story driven doesn't really make any sense. So I will upload the full VOD to my channel, to YouTube. And you know, of course, it'll be up on Twitch for a month before it gets taken down, or whatever they do for Prime members. So it'll be up here on as a full VOD. But all my VODs are on YouTube. Well, not all. Some of them I don't post the full VODs of. Some of them I just do highlights of. This one is one that I definitely want to have up for good. So I'm going to export this one out to YouTube, and you're supposed to wait 24 hours when you're an affiliate before you post stuff from a previous channel on YouTube or from a previous stream from Twitch or anywhere else. So I'll either have it post Wednesday morning or Thursday morning, because tomorrow my Keanu Reeves tier maker is going live. I did a tier maker ranking all the Keanu Reeves movies, so that was fun. That's going live tomorrow. And then I've got another Far Cry video, which was going to go live on Wednesday. I might wait till Thursday on that one. Maybe we'll post this. Yeah, I think that's what we're going to do. We'll post this on Wednesday. So, all right. Who's on? Who can we raid? Harry's playing Paper Mario. Let me take another look and see who else is on. I hate when you click raid on this stream dashboard that it only shows the top 5 accounts you follow. Well, yeah, I follow a bunch of famous people. I follow Shroud. He's got 17,000 people watching him play Tarkov. Summit1G is playing World of Warcraft. Games Done Quick is playing Daemon X Machina. I'm not raiding any of those people. I want to raid my friends. So Harry Hare's playing Paper Mario. Heavy Handswings is playing Destiny 2, and Juggernaut's playing Deep Rock Galactic. You know, I've raided Heavy the last couple times, so we're going to raid Juggernaut. Deep Rock Galactic is a pretty cool game. Not something I was going to throw money at, but I can see the appeal for sure. Especially if you have regular friends to play with. I think that was going to be my problem, is getting a regular crew together. Now I know I could if I played with him. But, alright. The raid is coming to Juggernaut. He's good people. He resubbed tonight. So that was cool. Alright. This has been a wonderful experience. Thank you all for hanging out with me and watching me get all choked up and sob at that video game. For good reason. Y'all have a wonderful night. We'll shoot for Wednesday. Might be doing Crab Game with a bunch of streamers again on Wednesday. Get ready for that. Y'all have a wonderful evening. Love y'all. Bye.